guys.
How's it going?
All right, all right. Well, bad because I'm a Met fan, but that's fine.
Wait, what
Well,
happened?
the Mets lost Diaz to the Dodgers just now, so good for you guys in LA.
Ah,
It's all right. Laura, nice to speak to you again. I think this is our fifth time, so steak knives for one of us. I don't know who gets it, but someone does. Um, I the thing that in a limited amount of time, you guys have such a specific chemistry in the movie, and it's based on like how do you figure out how to be sort of divorced, but not really, because you have to love each other but hate each other, remember things you like and hate, and kind of have those all factoring in the scenes, and it never feels like the movie is telling you where the next conversation is going. It's always kind of a surprise where everyone feels because it so feels based in reality.
you have to have an affair,
Yeah.
I think,
You have to have a
first.
deep,
Yeah.
very secretive affair.
Yeah. Tell no one.
Tell nobody, and then.
Ever. Don't tell him.
No, I mean that's really the assignment, right? I mean
Yeah.
that's our job, and certainly for me, a lot of it was very new, and so it was just trying to allow, I having Laura and Bradley as our shepherd, if you will, to help us sort of navigate that as we start to understand who these characters are, what they're going through, a lot of conversation, et cetera, about that stuff, and then to just start to actually behave with each other in a way and just be open to the idea of it. It wasn't hard. I mean, it's not hard with Laura. I can look at her right now and we're having a full relationship in the eyes.
I mean, it's true, and also as someone who sort of generated the story at a certain level, I remember at NYFF at the premiere you talking about. I wrote what I thought was a pretty good rom com, and then Bradley made it a real movie out of there. So like, I imagine having that sort of beginning, and then having him and you, and the kind of talk about where it's going to go. It feels organic because it started from an idea you had. It started from, oh, I kind of know where I want things to go, and as you discover where they actually go, it's kind of like life.
Well, yeah, I had a lot of runway, certainly, and that's one of the, it feels like a cheat code because I've been with this story longer than anybody.
Yeah.
And so by the time we start shooting, it's been years, so I better have a decent understanding of who this guy is at that point. But I don't think that I allowed myself to, and I don't, maybe because given the kind of stuff I've done before historically, I don't necessarily blame people for not thinking that this is something that I could go and do, even at the script stage when they're like, yeah, you should write a rom-com. And then eventually bringing Bradley on, to be honest, Bradley jumping on gave, I think, the folks at Searchlight the confidence to say, you guys can go and make a movie like this. We were going to let Will maybe make a rom-com, but now we're going to let you make something that and really get into it. And it gave us license.
Oh yeah. And Laura, how many times will you read a script that is something vaguely similar, but the wife character has nothing to do, right? Or is
Oh, yeah.
a message. Like for this to be, there's a whole other movie that is just flip flopped, and I think you have largely the same reaction. You're sort of frustrated with the other person, but you get where they're coming from, and you never go like, oh, that's the evil scene. It just doesn't happen here.
That's what's also incredible is, in the writing of it, I mean, just reading it and then obviously us getting to do it together, you're in these scenes where on the page you're thinking, oh, then this event takes place where he shows me this photograph, or he comes to drop off the kids at the house, or I'm watching him in real time in this comedy club. And I understand emotionally what the character in theory is going through. And then we're there and it's like we're being hunted. It's like we're in a horror film. You can't believe all that's coming up. And this other person becomes this untenable idea, and you don't know what you're going to get. It's wild how relationship can scare us to our core or be our only safe haven. And I got to discover all of that with Will. I hadn't realized just how much complication relationship has, has brought up in me in my life until, in a way, realizing how deeply radical it can be in its subtlety and yet emotionally just insane.
I never feel less happy than when someone I love is mad at me, and I'm never happier when they like me. It's insane we do this, but
Yeah,
we
And
can't
so-
of
help it.
course.
It's absurd. Thank you guys for doing this. I love that it's completely not what anyone would expect when you're given the pitch of it, right? And I think that speaks to the idea, speaks to Bradley, it speaks to the cast. It's what makes this kind of a unique thing and kind of a great way to kind of wrap up the year in movies. Just like here's something different.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you for
Thank
your
you.
help with that because
Yeah.
we need people to describe it and out there in the world. So you mean so much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you guys. Awesome.